Good evening, everyone. Muy buenas noches. I am Dr. René Rodríguez-Astacio, and I'm thrilled to welcome you all to the English Department Awards virtual reception, honoring our 2022 and 2023 students of distinction, scholarship recipients, and honor society's inductees. This is the English Department's third annual scholarship reception, and if you were present and remember last year's event, you may remember that this event is to honor and shine a bright light on our amazing students. We are excited to again gather virtually to honor all of the department's student scholars tonight. I'd like to first acknowledge that we are broadcasting from the traditional homelands of the Yakuts and Mono people. Thank you to our Dean, Nora Chapman, and Associate Dean, Sergio Laporta, from the College of Arts and Humanities for your ongoing support. Much gratitude as well to Becky Brown and Sheila Sorensen in the College of Arts and Humanities Development Office. Thank you to Department Chair, Melanie Hernandez, to English staff, Lisa Galvez and Jefferson Beavers, thank you. Immense gratitude to our student assistants, Mialise Carney, Yamille Moss, and Christina Sandoval. And shout out to the organizing committee for this event, myself, Jefferson Beavers, Melanie Hernandez, Brynn Saito, and Shan Gordon. Jefferson is managing the Zoom room for us tonight. So first, we want to ask you, I'm going to give a couple of Zoom-related reminders, right? So first, we ask you to keep your microphone muted tonight. We have lots of guests who will be muting and unmuting, so please stay on mute if you are a guest. We will be spotlighting the main speakers, and we will also have videos and slideshows. So we recommend the speaker view setting for the best viewing experience. We do have live captioning enabled, and if you'd like to see subtitles at the bottom of the screen, click on Show Captions. We invite you to use the reaction emojis at the bottom of your screen to show your love for our students, right? Lots of hearts, lots of applause, lots of that triangle confetti thingy practice right now, right? Put that into us, into the room, right? Want to feel that love. And we also invite you to use the chat function to give shout outs and praise to our amazing awardees. So I'd like now to welcome my colleague, Dr. Melanie Hernandez, who is the chair of our English department. Please welcome Melanie Hernandez.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening to recognize our amazing students and celebrate their achievements. I love this award ceremony, not only because we get to lavish our students with praise, but because we get to hear from them in their own words. About their experiences and especially about the people in their lives who've helped them reach their current levels of success. The program we have planned for you this evening spotlights some of the best talent that Fresno State has to offer. These students have all earned the respect of their faculty and peers. They're a credit to our community, and they're just all around wonderful human beings. With that, it's lovely to be here together to celebrate this occasion. So with no further ado, let's get on to the show. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Melanie. We are excited to open and close tonight's events with readings of creative work by two of our student writers. I'd first like to welcome Michael Cantú. Michael is a poet from Wheatley, California, an MFA candidate in poetry. He is a past Andres Montoya scholar and an Edward and Alberta Brown scholar. When not writing, Michael teaches high school English at the School of Unlimited Learning, a division of the Fresno Equal Opportunity Commission. He is supported in this art by his loving wife, daughter, and extended family, all longtime inhabitants of the Central Valley. Please welcome Michael Cantú.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Cantú, and I have the privilege to read for you this evening. So I have a selection of 3 poems, all of which are in my manuscript, which is titled Red Beans and Rice by Candlelight. The first poem is entitled Starship, and it's pretty standard fare for the styles I wrote. They're pretty heavy, and then I'll lighten it up at the end of this short reading with a fun topical poem for the season. So Without further ado, this is the poem Starship. Waving arms and cavernous mouths devour happiness on the outside of the glass. Your blue Ford, a sanctuary, a galaxy, 1964. My starship, an oxidized guardsman blue, blasts me away. The steering wheel, warm with pitted chrome, fits my small hands. I'm flying to Mars, or blasting to Venus, or Texarkana, far off, worlds without you. I flip the chrome switches, roll up the shields, turn the shiny cold knobs to find a signal, a hope, a better life. When you board again and slide into the big bench seat, what is unfaithful? What does affair mean? I don't want another mommy, but you disengage, roll down the shields, and light another cigarette. My second piece tonight is entitled In the Distance. In the distance, the black smoke is a farmhouse, a baby's crib, the folded flag of a long dead soldier. And I place one foot in front of the other. In 10 days, there's a funeral, a birthday, an overdose on the street. And I place one foot in front of the other. In the long miles and telephone wires, there's a memory, an escape, a smell grabs hold, an old song played by a cover band. And I place one foot in front of the other. The lease was up long ago on the place in your heart, a winter night under blankets and black and white movie on TV. I place one foot in front of the other. I can't find my way. As we're coming into, or as we've started baseball season, I've found that I needed to write lighter poems, not such dark stuff, because that was just filling up what I was writing, and I thought that it would be good to read something a little fun. So this is something called, it's a style of poem called an abecedarian, where every letter of every line is a letter of the alphabet. So this is a poem called A Baseball Darian. Here we go. A Baseball Darian. All American athletes, bitter baseball bunters, causing crippling crashes, dribblers down in the dirt, earning every error, Fenway Field Funhouse, game day giveaway, home team hoedown holiday, inter-inning instigations. Jackie Robinson changed the game. Knocked out catcher, blocking the plate, line drive, home run. Mustard munchies are a must. No one cheers for cheaters. Out at third, innings over. Pitcher has a weenie arm. Quick feet steal second. Reporters in the winner's faces. Showers in champagne. You're the champs. Teammate triumph. Umpire empire. Vin Scully lives forever. Wins and losses make a career. Extra innings are the best. You have to eat a hot dog, and Zip Zabel played for the Cubs. Thank you so much for including me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed these poems, and I look forward to hearing the rest of you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And remember to share the love with those emojis, right? Give us a little bit of applause for Michael. Thank you. All right. So next, we are excited to introduce you to our scholars from the English department who received awards from the College of Arts and Humanities. These awards include several of our Dean Council scholars, as well as the Scott and Carla Jean Millar, Carol Moon, and Frank and Roxy Moradian scholars. These awards support students who demonstrate academic excellence in pursuit of their degree within the college. With special thanks to our Dean, Honora Chapman. We have 10 recipients this year, and we asked them to share a word of gratitude for a mentor. So we have our first awardee is Alexander Abraham. Next is Mialise Carney. Next is Berenice Cruz Santiago. Next is Manuel Farias. Next, we have Luis Granados Torres. Next, we have Ingrid Crusher. Next is Lee Lee. Next, we have Hannah Lees. Our next awardee is Julieta Ortiz. And our last awardee is Marcus Valadez. Congratulations to all the awardees. Let's give them applause, right? Thank you. So next, I'm happy to introduce you to one of our College of Arts and Humanities Dean's Council scholars in person. The Dean's Council Award supports students who demonstrate academic excellence in the College of Arts and Humanities and who demonstrates involvement within their communities. Again, with special thanks to our Dean, Nora Chapman. Our in-person awardee tonight is an MFA creative writing student studying fiction writing. We asked them to share a word of gratitude to the college and the university. Please welcome Patricia Flores Yrarrázaval.
Hi, thank you, everyone. I definitely want to extend thanks to the Dean's Council Scholarship for allowing me to study here, but also to all of you who have really made this MFA experience so wonderful. I feel like, of course, I've learned a lot from the faculty here, but I think really having this experience with all of you all is what allows us to grow together. And this scholarship has really allowed me to be able to focus in on creating this novel that takes place 50 years in the future of Fresno. And those of you who are writers know you can't just pull these ideas out of your head. It involves years and years of research, right? And I was working full-time previous to this in addition to teaching, right, at Fresno State. And so this scholarship allowed me to take a step back to part-time with my regular job to be able to have more time to do interviews with community, get involved with local activism, and really make sure that my novel isn't just something that I'm producing, but that is written in collaboration with the community here in Fresno, especially those communities that have stewarded this place since time immemorial, the indigenous Yrarrázaval and Mono people of this place. So thank you all.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that, PJ. So I'd like to now introduce my colleague, Professor Brynn Saito, Chair of the Creative Writing Scholarship Committee. Please welcome Brynn Saito.
Hi, everybody. One day you're going to see Patricia's novel on the bestseller list of the New York Times, like for sure. It's an amazing, amazing book. So anyways, very excited to be here again to celebrate everybody. I know it's been a busy, a wild, a stressful year, and our students continue to persevere and find their creative voices. So we're just so happy to be here to celebrate you all. First, I'm going to introduce and acknowledge the recipients of our non-resident fee waivers. These awards support qualified graduate students who come from Fresno State outside of California. They're awarded by the Office of the President, and they're sponsored by the Division of Research and Graduate Studies, with special thanks to Dean Dr. Joy Goto for her support. We have 4 recipients this year, and we ask them to share a word of gratitude for their families who are supporting them back home. So we will play those slides for you now. Our first recipient is Mialise Carney. Next, we have Laura Fred. Next, we'd like to acknowledge Catherine Neves. And our final awardee is Sam Hitty Tripp. Congratulations, everyone. We're so excited you decided to take the leap and join us here in Fresno. Next, I'd like to introduce the awardees of the Edward and Alberta Brown Scholarship. These awards support liberal arts students studying creative writing and literature in the MFA program. We'd like to give special thanks to the Brown family and to our Dean, Nora Chapman. We have 6 recipients this year, and we asked them to share a pre-recorded video. So Jefferson is going to play the video now, featuring all of our Brown scholars.
Hello, my name is Mercedez Espino, and as a recipient of this scholarship, I am very thankful for the peace and stability that this scholarship has provided me. And it also serves as a reminder of the joy I get to feel being able to write, hone my craft, and spend time with my mentors and peers who share my passion for writing. It's been an amazing time. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Laura, and I'm a first-year MFA student here at Fresno State, studying creative writing with an emphasis in fiction. I'd like to express my deepest gratitude for receiving an Edward and Alberta Brown Scholarship for the 2022 to 2023 academic year. Thank you to the Brown family for both their generosity to this year's award recipients, myself included, and for their continued generosity to liberal arts students. Your contribution reminds me that there are people who believe that the work we do is valuable and worth supporting. This award was integral to my being able to relocate to California from Massachusetts in order to continue my writing studies and to pursue my educational and professional ambitions. I would not have been able to make this leap without it, and for that I will be forever grateful. Thank you.
Hello, I am Hermelinda Hernandez Monjaras, and I am a second year in my MFA program for poetry. I just wanted to say how grateful and thankful I am to the Edward and Alberta Brown Scholarship and to the rest of the Brown family for helping me out with paying off my tuition and for buying supplies and whatnot. Thank you so much, and I am sincerely grateful.
Hello, my name is Victoria Monsivaiz. I'm a first-year MFA graduate student at Fresno State. So, the Brown Scholarship has given me the gift of not only the time to delve into my creativity, but a pause to immerse and appreciate my creative writing process. In addition to that, it's led me to hone my creative writing skills and explore further into my storytelling. So, all in all, I am forever grateful to the support this scholarship has given me, in addition to all the opportunities that have come along with it.
Hi, my name is James T. Morrison, and I am a first-year creative nonfiction student in the MFA program at Fresno State. I was fortunate enough to be awarded the Edward and Alberta Brown Scholarship for the 2022-2023 academic year. The scholarship has meant a lot to me. It helped me make the decision to transition from a long-term career into the program, which I felt was necessary so I could focus. I'm here to hone my craft. And the scholarship helped alleviate what is unfortunately a big distraction for artists, which is financial obligation. I'd like to give a special thanks to faculty members Stephen Church, John Hales, Brynn, Saito, Tanya Nichols, and Jefferson Beavers, whose advice both on writing and just support generally in the academic space has meant so much to me, and I couldn't have done any of this without. So thank you.
My name is Emily Moss, and I'm a first-year MFA student studying fiction here at Fresno State. I am also the 2022 recipient of the Edward and Alberta Brown Scholarship. I'd like to thank the Brown family for their support. This award has meant the world to me. The funding from the scholarship has not only allowed me to pursue my MFA, but has also introduced me to the vibrant and supportive literary community of Fresno State. As an international student, it means a lot to me to be a member of such a supportive community. Since starting the MFA program, I felt increasingly secure, not only in my creative writing and academic goals, but my career and social goals as well. I feel honored to have been selected for this award. Thank you so much again for your support.
Wonderful. Congratulations to all of our Brown scholars. Such wonderful videos too. Those were great. It's been an honor to work with you all this past year. Excited for the work to continue. So next I'll introduce the awards. Let's see, I'll be introducing the Andres Montoya, Larry Levis, Philip Levine, Sol Vang, and C.G. Hanslechek scholars in creative writing. Many thanks to the families and donors who have supported our students as they pursue their creative goals. Your support has made these awards possible. Your presence in our departments means so much to our students, both financially and emotionally. These awards give money, of course, but also affirmation and encouragement, which is so important for emerging writers. These awards support students who demonstrate excellence and artistic potential in creative writing. The Vang scholarships are for students with a particular interest in the Hmong or Asian American cultural experience. The Montoya scholarships are for students with a particular interest in Chicanx culture and history. And special thanks to Chuck and Diane Hanslechek, Sol Vang, Maceo Montoya, and the Montoya family, and the friends and family of Philip Levine. And also special thanks to the Creative Writing Alumni Chapter for everyone's support. This year, we asked our recipients of these scholarships to share a word of gratitude for a mentor. So we will play those slides for you now. First, we have Rosie Bates. Next, we have Montoya scholar Hermelinda Hernandez Monjaras. Next is the Sol Vang scholar Li Li. Second Sol Vang scholar Hua Li. Next, we have Montoya scholar Victoria Monsivaiz. Hanslechek Fellow Christina Sandoval. And finally, the Philip Levine scholar Jennifer Maijong Josase Vang. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations to all of our awardees. Finally, I'm going to introduce the recipients of the Whitney Allen Fisher Memorial Scholarship, who each will be sharing remarks live. These awards support students who demonstrate excellence and artistic potential in creative writing, with special thanks to Caroline Fisher, Betty and Randall Fisher, and the Fisher family for their longtime support. Our first awardee is Mialise Carney. Please join me in welcoming Mialise.
Thank you, Professor Saito. I'm deeply grateful to the Fisher family for their continued support of creative writing students like myself with this scholarship. The financial support of this award has allowed me to focus on my studies, my writing, and has given me the opportunity to participate in the literary spaces here at Fresno State. Being able to invest my time in the writing community here alongside my passionate and dedicated peers and professors has had a transformative effect on my writing and academic experience. Thank you for supporting and valuing creative writers.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mialise. I'd next like to introduce Andrea Marin Contreras.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm Andrea, or Andy, and I'm a third-year poetry student in the MFA program. I want to express my gratitude for being awarded the Fisher Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship helped me afford my master's education and encouraged me to keep pursuing my writing passion. As the head of my household, this scholarship not only helped me afford my master's education, but it also relieved some of the pressure from my personal life. I am incredibly thankful and honored to be part of a community that supports students and their dreams. I am not originally from Fresno, but all of you have welcomed me with big arms to the Fresno, to the poetry community. So I'm extremely thankful for that. And many of you have been through my 3 years in the program and have helped my book, my little baby, as I call it, Wildflower Tongue, grow and be what it is today. So I hope one day you get to read it. I'm just delighted to know that our program is always helping students and will continue to do so.
Wonderful. Thank you, Andy, and thank you, Mialise, and thank you to all of our Creative Writing Award winners this evening. I will pass it back to my colleague, René.
Thank you, Brynn, and thank you, Andrea. There's so much talent in our creative writing program. It's so exciting. Next, I'd like to now introduce my colleague, Dr. Nishar Gurdon, a new faculty of Early American Literatures in our department and a member of the English Scholarship Committee. Please welcome Sean Gordon.
Hi, everybody. I have to echo your comments, Renee. What amazing talent. I'm quite moved by the readings and everybody's accomplishments. It's so nice to be here. Good to see some familiar faces as well in the audience. As the faculty advisor of the Sigma Tau Delta International English Honor Society, I have the great privilege to introduce our newest members for 2023. Sigma Tau Delta confers distinction to students who show high achievement in English language, literature, and writing. Founded in 1924, the organization aims to foster literary and cultural stimulation on college campuses and promote interest in literature and language in our communities. We at Fresno State are just one of more than 900 active chapters worldwide. Today, we're introducing 13 new lifetime members. These students represent both past achievement and future potential in the study and practice of literature, education, communication, and creative writing. In the slides that follow, Each new member has shared a note of gratitude to the people in their lives who have supported their studies, and I encourage you to read those notes as I announce each member's name. Our first inductee is Caitlin J. Brady. Next is Serena Shadoti. Next is Celeste DeFranchi. Next is Isabella De La Torre. Next is Catherine Garcia. Next is Audra Glatstein. Next is David R. Carrasco Gomez. Next is Valentino Di Pietro Hernandez. Next is Yuvi Ibarra. Next is Erica E. Lopez. Our next inductee is Sharon K. McLean. Next is Emily Peacock. And we will hear some of Emily's amazing poetry later in the broadcast. And our final inductee is Natalie Vasquez Romo. Thank you all. It brings me a lot of pride to see students that I know who have been in my classes, and also to meet some new students in this process. So please help me congratulate all new members of Sigma Tau Delta. I hope you take advantage of all that Sigma Tau Delta has to offer, membership has to offer. So moving on, I'm now proud to introduce our English Department Scholarship recipients for the 2022-23 academic year. That is the Eugene Zumwalt Scholars and the Chenlok Chua Scholar. The department's Eugene Zumwalt Scholarship supports students who demonstrate excellence and scholarly potential in English. With this award, we offer special thanks to an anonymous donor and special recognition to Professors Emeriti Eugene Zumwalt and Chris Henson. We have 4 recipients this year, and we've asked them to share a word of gratitude for a friend or family member who has helped them in their academic journey. 2 of them will appear in the following video, so please have a look.
Hello, my name is Jenna Amireh, and I am a graduate student at Fresno State University. I received my bachelor's degree in English education, and I am currently pursuing a single subject credential in English. I wanted to make this video to say thanks to the Zumwalt family for allowing me the opportunity to continue my studies and providing me with a scholarship that greatly helped me. I would also like to say thank you to Fresno State for allowing students like me to have the opportunity to be connected to scholarships that help and aid us through our journey into our careers and finishing school. The scholarship helped me be more comfortable in doing studies and helped me realize that people do care about me and my well-being. I hope that this scholarship continues to help other students, and I will definitely recommend this scholarship to other students like me because things like this matter, and I'm very appreciative of everybody who was involved in this. And thank you for your time, and thank you for the opportunity.
Good evening. My name is Berenice, and I am incredibly grateful to have been awarded the Zumwalt Scholarship. My major is English Studies with an emphasis in literature, and this scholarship allowed me to pay for my tuition and continue my education journey. I will be graduating in May and will be the first person in my immediate family to have a college degree. I would not have achieved this without the support of my parents, the generous scholarship donors, and the wonderful English department here at Fresno State. Thank you again to the donors of the Zumwalt Scholarship for making a positive impact on my education.
Thank you, Jenna and Berenice, so much. We also have 2 Zumwalt scholars who unfortunately couldn't join us this evening. The first is undergraduate Ivana Matias Perez, who is a BA English Studies major, and the second is grad student Julieta Ortiz, who is an MA English major with an option in literature. And it's my honor to read Julieta's remarks on her behalf. She writes, being a Zumwalt scholar has allowed me to pursue my areas of interest in the MA program while also being able to continue my education. It has allowed me to be more flexible with my work schedule so I can gain experience in teaching. I'm super grateful for this scholarship. My education would not have been possible without it. Please, everyone, join me in giving a warm congratulations to the 2022-2023 Zumwalt Scholarship awardees. And now to wrap up my portion of the proceedings, it is my honor to share with you our department's second ever Professor Emeritus Chenlok Chua Scholarship Awardee. The Chenlok Chua Award supports a student who demonstrates excellence and scholarly potential in English with a demonstrated interest in multi-ethnic literatures. With this award, we offer special recognition to Professor Emeritus Chenlok Chua and to English faculty Samina Najmi, who've both devoted so much time and energy to the development of this scholarship. Our recipient this year, Manuel Farias, is here on the Zoom call, and he's prepared a few words about the impact that this scholarship has made on him, which, if I may add, I have seen firsthand in the excellent work he did on his master's thesis about the frontier novels of Frank Norris. So please welcome Manuel Farias.
Thank you, Dr. Gordon, and thank you to all in attendance. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to Professor Emeritus Chenlok Chua and Professor Samina Najmi. Additional thanks to the Dean's Council of the College of Arts and Humanities, and special thanks to Jefferson Beavers and to the CAH faculty, and to those on my thesis committee, Dr. Sean Gordon and Dr. Yolanda Daub. Thank you to my supportive family, friends, and peers, and finally, thank you to Dr. Hernandez. Dr. Hernandez, thank you for all your encouragement and support, and most of all, your belief in my abilities and my potential as a student. You have been incredibly impactful to my success here at Fresno State as an instructor, a mentor, and as the chair of my thesis committee. Your teaching and enthusiasm inspire me as a scholar. As a recipient of the Chenlok Chua Scholarship, I have not only received the financial stability and support necessary for academic success, but also a sense of confidence in my own abilities and studies. I am grateful for all the opportunities provided for Fresno State, the College of Arts and Humanities, and by the generosity and support of our donors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manuel, and thank you so much, Sean. That's beautiful, and congratulations to all our scholars of English. Next, we'd like to introduce you to the English department's 3 students of distinction who are also our nominees for the college's Dean's Medal. And to do that, I will welcome back to the space Dr. Melanie Hernandez. Welcome back, Melanie.
Hi, everyone. Y'all are gonna make me cry. Oh, okay, regain my composure. Okay, stately matron. To be recognized as a student of distinction is an honor reserved for a very small handful of graduating students whose names the English department advances as nominees for the Dean's Medal. The Dean's Medal is the highest honor conferred on a graduating student from the College of Arts and Humanities. As the nominees representing each of our 3 degree programs, these phenomenal students were hand-selected by our faculty to represent the department. They have stellar academic records, made tremendous contributions to the department culture, and cultivated relationships with peers and colleagues that will last well beyond their time at Fresno State. Our undergraduate student of distinction from the Department of English is Lindsay Norton. I can't think of a better description of Lindsay than to say she's a dynamo. Resilient, ambitious, curious, compassionate, hardworking, and just a hell of a scholar. The more I've gotten to know her, without getting into the personal details of her biography, let's just say that I've been impressed beyond belief, as I know my colleagues in the English department also have been, which is why she was selected as this year's undergraduate student of distinction with overwhelming enthusiasm. I'm telling you, when she was nominated, every faculty member in that room began heaping praise and just telling their individual stories about Lindsay being a rock star in their class. And so I know we each want to take a little piece of credit for her success, even though it's all her doing. I should also mention that not only was Lindsay nominated for the Undergraduate Dean's Medal in the College of Arts and Humanities, but she's a double major in English and geography. And the geography department also had the good sense to nominate her for a Dean's Medal in the College of Arts and College of Social Sciences. So she's a double nominee. Lindsay's research explores the overlap of indigenous literatures, theories, and place-based practices in the context of our racialized climate crisis. She is completing the honors programs in both the College of Arts and Humanities and the College of Social Sciences with 2 distinct honors projects, 1 for each program. I honestly don't know how she does it all other than to recognize that she's incredibly gifted, but also driven by love and passion for her work. With no further ado, please extend a warm welcome to our BA Student of Distinction, Lindsay Norton.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say except thank you. Thank you to everyone who has helped me get here. It required a lot of outside help, like Dr. Najmi, thank you so much for being my mentor. For the last 3 years, you were one of the first classes I took at Fresno State in the English department. And since then, you have been such a supportive force for me, both academically and just someone I can talk to as a friend almost. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you to Dr. Hernandez. Thank you to Dr. Steve. Thank you to Dr. Jenkins, who was when Dr. Najmi unfortunately went on medical leave, Dr. Jenkins was my mentor for the College of Arts and Humanities as well. So thank you so much. And I would also like to thank my family for all of their support. My late father was so supportive of me and always just wanted me to get the best education that I can get, and I feel like I've really been getting that here, so thank you so much. And then my mother, who is so supportive of me as well. Everyone around me, I'm just so thankful to be within such a supportive community, both at home and then on campus. And my partner, who has been also very supportive of me. Yeah, it's incredible. I can't understate how much everyone here has just helped me get through these last few years. They've been very tough, but I'm just very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay. And so moving along, this year's student of distinction representing the MA in English is Mia de la Cerda. Mia is from Parlier, a small farm working town. I'm sorry, I cannot read. A small farm working town in the Central Valley. She describes herself as a second-generation Mexican-American, the only child of extremely hardworking parents and the product of immigrant field-working grandparents. By earning her MA, she's fulfilling the dream her grandparents had when they left everything to come to the United States. She wanted to succeed academically to honor all of her family's sacrifices across multiple generations, which I think we can safely say that she succeeded in doing. Mia holds associate's and bachelor's degrees in English, and next month we'll add a master's degree to that list of accomplishments. Her stellar academic record regularly qualified her for the President's and Dean's list. She is also a poet, having published 3 times in the Quad Journal, Flies, Cockroaches, and Poets. She is completing her term as this year's co-president of CISA, the Students of English Studies Association, which this year put on one of the most ambitious research symposia in the association's history. And through this all, Mia has honed tremendous leadership skills, motivated by her desire to serve her home and campus communities. She will soon enter the English single subject credential program here at Fresno State so that she may continue to serve and empower students in the region. We are honored to have had Mia in our department. Seeing her in my classes has always been a very bright spot, and I truly look forward to seeing all that she will accomplish. Please join me in welcoming this year's MA Student of Distinction, the amazing, the incomparable, Mia de la Cerda.
Thank you, Dr. Hernandez, for that too kind of an introduction. So I would just like to begin by just saying thank you to the English department faculty for nominating me. I am truly honored and grateful, and I was somewhat surprised when I found out that I was nominated because there's so many incredible people in our department, and I have just been surrounded by the most brilliant and kindest and most supportive peers throughout this entire process. So to be acknowledged is really an honor. I wouldn't be where I'm at in my academic career in completing my thesis had it not been for a long list of mentors and professors who have helped me. So thank you to my thesis committee, Dr. Allison Mandeville, for always saying yes to every weird idea I had for a paper topic and never telling me no. Thank you to René, Dr. Rodríguez-Astacio, and Dr. Melanie Hernandez for their continued support of me and for their mentorship and always, reading things whenever I needed help or answering last-minute questions I had in emails. And to other faculty, to Jefferson for always being there and giving me advice, especially with CISA. For my creative endeavors, Professor Brynn Saito always pushed me to pursue my creative writing. Dr. Samina Najmi, you've been there for me since undergrad. Professor Steve is not here, but thank you so much for everything you did for me. Above all, I have to thank my family for everything that they've done for me, to my parents, to my grandparents, for all the sacrifices that they've made for me. I'm just truly grateful for their ever-present love and support. And the department has provided me the space and support to not only thrive as an academic and a writer, but as a person. And that is something that I'm just eternally grateful for. So thank you.
Congratulations, Mia. Finally, last but certainly not least, is a very familiar face throughout this award ceremony. Mialise Carney is this year's Student of Distinction representing the English Department's MFA program. Mialise was a self-proclaimed stubborn and dreamy child whose educational journey begins with her homeschooling in Massachusetts and takes her through the turbulence of acclimating, but ultimately flourishing academically and creatively in the structured, sometimes unforgiving world of academia, a world that her homeschooling had not prepared her for. She chronicled these challenges in her creative honors thesis and followed in her mentor's footsteps by also enrolling in Fresno State's MFA program. And our program has been all the better for it. In her time at Fresno State, Mialise has served as an editor with the Normal School, a poetry reader for Sundress Publications' Best of the Net anthology, and as an editor for Spectrum, the Young Writers Conference Journal of High School Student Writing, where she also runs writing workshops. She has taught first-year writing and fiction as a teaching associate, and most recently has worked as an editorial assistant with the English and Creative Writing offices, supporting daily operations and student publications. She is the current president of SJLA and has published 25 stories and essays in literary journals, which have been nominated for the Pushcart Prize and twice awarded the Fresno Fiction Prize. I think it's clear why Mialise was selected as this year's MFA Student of Distinction. She certainly leaves her mark on the MFA program and on the hearts of those she's touched in her time with us. Please join me in welcoming this year's MFA Student of Distinction, our very own Mialise Carney.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hernandez, for that kind introduction, and thank you all for being here tonight. When I learned that the creative writing faculty had nominated me for the Dean's Medal, I was very surprised and honored. If any of you have had a class with me, you'll know I tend to be a pretty quiet student, so it is really meaningful and encouraging for my work to be recognized by the department in this way. I am especially grateful to Professor Brynn Saito, Benita Blackburn, Roger R., and everyone else in the creative writing and English department who I have been lucky enough to work with and learn from throughout these last 3 years. With your mentorship, I have grown so much as a writer, student, and person, and I know I will bring your teachings, creativity, and kindness with me in all that I do next. I am especially grateful to my friends and peers in this program. It has been such a wonder to see all of your writing blossom and a real privilege to get to learn from and alongside you here at Fresno State. Lastly, I'm thankful to my family and friends back home in Southern Massachusetts for supporting me despite the distance. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lindsay, Mia, and Mialise. And thank you so much, Melanie. Many congratulations to our students of distinction. And I gotta say, my heart is so full right now that I don't think the reaction emotion here at Zoom is big enough to actually encompass how proud we are and how happy we are for everything that we have seen tonight. So congratulations. So tonight's event is part of the annual College of Arts and Humanities Arts in Motion Showcase, celebrating the passions and accomplishments of our students. Arts in Motion culminates this Saturday, April 15th, in a special event from 2 to 3:30 p.m. honoring scholarship recipients and students of distinction. Please join us tomorrow in the Music Concert Hall for this special event. To close our evening, I'm very excited to introduce the poet Emily Peacock. Emily is a senior majoring in creative writing at Fresno State. She currently interns for the Fresno Poets Archive Project, and she tutors students in the Campus Learning Center. In the future, Emily hopes to make creative writing more accessible for underserved and incarcerated youth. In addition to her literary pursuits, she enjoys exploring new local restaurants and binge watching old seasons of Survivor. After graduation, Emily plans to pursue an MFA in poetry to further hone her craft. Please welcome Emily Peacock.
Thank you so much for that introduction, and thank you to all the faculty, and especially Professor Brynn Saito, who invited me here. I'd also like to thank everyone on Zoom, friends, family, for showing up now and always. And I just want to give a congratulations to everyone who's been honored tonight. Without the support of the department, I wouldn't have met nearly as many talented and amazing writers. So this first poem that I'm going to start with, I actually wrote today, so it's new, so forgive it for its newness, but I was just thinking about spring, and I was thinking about my prospective graduation and things like that. So the current title for this is Right in the Middle of Busy Season. I told you I wouldn't write another poem about a tree, but it's April and the world is renovating itself, and I can't remember why we ever painted over the hardwood. That stump we gutted out years ago, the one we swore would never come back, but the sidewalk is lifting up, lifting off, shoplifting back the fragments of itself. We call them zombie roots. We say boomerang, as if we never learned that naming something keeps it alive, like how we name ourselves babies to lift them into the world. How when we named leaves, leaves, we cursed them to the sky. We asked them to leave themselves for something greater. And if they stretch up again and again, and we chant it over and over, they might finally reach that place I dreamt of when I was a little girl, and I kissed another little girl for the first time in first grade. I asked you, Mom, to pray with me, to forgive me. We said, please God, please God, please God, because a prayer was the only thing I knew that was free from gravity. Just like words used to be, until I strapped them to a page and asked them to dance. Sometimes I fear the tango. To me, I am mother, but to them, I am a room, cubed around the damp and greening linoleum. I've been wondering if it's fair. I've been wondering if we take only the parts we need of each other and orphan the rest. And when they come back again, those flowering weeds that grow in the back seat of the Jeep that took us nowhere, we spray them in fear that when they learn our language, they'll only laugh. We kiss them goodnight and pray they never wake up. But I'm awake, Mom. I know I used to sleep through 5 alarms, but it's not like that anymore. I don't fall asleep to the sound of piss streams hitting the earth. I'm April now. I don't need a prayer, Mom. It's cruel, but I've heard the answer without you. I know now why we bury our truths like we bury the trees, because we fear the things that can't be named in a language where we even have a word for control. Mom, I know we've lived on every seafloor of California, but you almost named me Sierra, the mountains we see from the valley only when it's raining. And I have to ask you, what is a name or an almost name, if not a wish? I'm renovating myself, Mom. I know the sawdust piles up like a grave, but I promise it's only a hill. I'm becoming a mountain like you wanted. I'm lifting myself out of our plaster mold. I'm sorry I can't take you with me. And if I lied to you again, like I lied through this poem and that prayer, just know that the truth is only the umbilical root beneath the concrete waiting to be named. So this next one that I'm gonna read, it kind of goes with the theme of names, so I figured I'd also read it. And it's kind of relevant because when I wrote this, I was thinking about, like the resume and entering the professional world, and it's kind of scary. And yeah, so I wrote this kind of with that in mind. And this one is actually about my name. It's called Bloody Emily. My parents chose my name because it looks good on a resume. Does this imply that there are things we should not be called? Witch, Jane Doe, why not Guadalupe, like my grandmother? If a square page is a copper chest waiting to be unlatched, can a name be a booby trap? Can it be held like the hand of a friend? It is not that I am urgent, it is that I am breathing this Fresno air that stains my every hello with the scent of stale almonds. I wish to chew on something softer than my 5-year plan. I will carve those letters, E, then M, into a slice of cheese pizza. You'll see the black worm of my hair embedded in recycled paper between sketches of Venn diagrams, where I will be the commonality between gum and garlic. I will not become low-fat Greek yogurt simply because it is printed on my barcode. I will be vinegar, Bloody Mary. Summon me thrice in your school mirror, and the cracks on my thighs will become a string of lightning and a sip of Sprite, like a cursive line cutting the middle of an aerial page. If I was named to be palatable, let them choke on my limbs, inked with solid lines where there should be 100% cotton. Let them lose the remote so they can't skip the credits. Each new pseudonym scarier than the movie. I will drag them back to the couch and yell, wait, this is the good part. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Emily, so much for that reading. Wow, there are no words. That was amazing. As you've seen tonight, we have so many extraordinary students. It's a real honor to cheer them on, see them do this incredible work, and be inspired by them. We are really lucky. To support our students, please visit our website, fresnostate.edu/English, and then click on support. talk with me, talk with Dr. Hernandez, our chair, talk with Jefferson Beavers, our staff. Our email addresses are on the department website. Thanks again for attending tonight's event and celebrating with us. Let's give our awardees and inductees one last round of applause and hearts and confetti. Let's show that love, right? And we hope to see you at Saturday's Big Arts in Motion event. Thank you and have a lovely evening.